It was only a matter of time that we should have known that 1984 was going to come and slap us right dead in the face. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Joel Davis Media Network. If it's your first time tuning in to the broadcast, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell up top. Please like and share. Please like and share. Guys, please do me a huge favor. Go ahead on. If you want to support the channel, go to the description box below, select a cash app, select the special thanks that's also in the comments when you drop what you feel about this episode of the channel, or you can go as far as participate in our sponsor that is sponsoring this video today, which is going to be uh Patriot Supply. Okay, now if you haven't heard of Patriot Supply, this is a very, very great company. All right. What they do is they got everything from canned meats to canned goods. Anytime there's a food storage on shortage, or you got to live off the land, this is the best place to go. So go to Patriot on supply.com. You can see the link down below, and I'll guarantee you'll get a 10 to 15% discount on a lot of the goods that they have over there. Let's jump into the story. Ministry of Truth. Guys, ah, we should have known that this was coming. Now, if you have been hiding under a rock, a lot has happened within this week. Elon Musk purchased Twitter on Monday, finalized the deal. Liberals had a meltdown, so much of a meltdown that they hurried up and went to their plan B, which is coming with this new thing called Disinformation Board, aka I call it the Ministry of Truth, just like in the book of 1984. So without further ado, I'm going to break down this article of what this is all about. And after I read the article, I'm going to give you guys what I think and my personal opinion of this new so-called um Ministry of Truth board. Let's get into this, shall we? Now, this article comes by courtesy of, and I'm going to go down here, uh, by TFI Global, right arm round the nation in its fast. They are a conservative column that talks about the latest things around the world, especially in the U.S. And it says internet users in the U.S. are worried about the USA's Department of Home Security, which is DHS, setting up a new disinformation governance board. They feel this board is going to function as the Ministry of Truth from George Orwell's 1984. Okay. Now, if you don't know who this is headed by Reality Caesar, uh, who basically did everything she could to hide the whole scandal of Hunter Biden, even when as far as saying it was Russian propaganda. Now, the Orwellian Ministry of Truth. Uh, give me 1 second, guys. I'm in the middle. My son want me. I know I'm recording, but give me one moment. All right, sorry about that delay, guys. I'm back. Now, let's get back into it. The Orwellian Ministry of Truth functioned as propaganda branch of Big Brother, the dictatorial leader of the fictional totalitarian state Oshina in Orwell's 1984. Though described as the Ministry of Truth, it happens to control all forms of information, news, education, entertainment, and art. The purpose is to delete old historical records and publish new information so that history is brought in line with Big Brother's current pronouncements. Now, here we go. Parallels between the Ministry of Truth and Biden's Disinformation Governance Board. Now, the board under the Biden administration is being set up to coordinate countering misinformation related to Homeland Security. The board will focus specifically on irregular migration in Russia. The board is to be designed as a means of countering misinformation. Again, this is a hyper partisan effort to remove whatever the other side says is misinformation and push through your own propaganda. This is what makes Biden's Disinformation Governance Board a 21st century ministry of truth. Now, this is from Twitter. Jack um, Posebic says, breaking Biden administration of Homeland Security to create disinformation governance board dedicated to countering misinformation. And this is exactly what is making Americans worried. Donald Trump Jr. tweeted, so to make sure there are no abuses of power, we are going to create a hyper partisan government controlled ministry of truth. Tim Young, a columnist, tweeted, the Biden administration created a DHS disinformation governance board. It's nothing more than a ministry of truth set up to silence opposition. The First Amendment was designed to prevent the government from doing this. The Second Amendment was designed to stop them if they tried. True. Why should Americans be worried about the ministry of truth? Jack Posebic, a veteran Navy intel officer, has explained why the upcoming misinformation board is going to be problematic. There are very serious issues at hand. The board will be headed by a hyper partisan Nina Jankowicz, the same woman who had once claimed that armed Trump supporters would show up to the polls to intimidate voters. Really, is she the one who will control misinformation in the United States? But then this is how the Orwellian Ministry of Truth works. The very definition of truth is reinvented, and truth and misinformation are interpreted as per ideological convenience. So what Jankowicz had said about Trump supporters may be made into truth by the Disinformation Government's board. And wait, because it gets even better. Nina Jankowicz has previously worked as an advisor to the Ukraine government under a Fulbright Clinton fellowship. She also had a past record of dismissing Hunter Biden's infamous laptop as a fake story and blaming Trump for the controversy. Instead, and she did. She even went as far as said that it was Russia propaganda. All right. Now here's Nina in 2020. Back on the laptop from hell, apparently Biden notes 50 former NatSec officials and 5 former CIA heads that believe the laptop is a Russian influence op. Trump says Russia, Russia, Russia. So we know exactly what kind of misinformation Biden is trying to control. He may utilize Nina Jankowicz, the head of the impeding disinformation governance board, to keep information regarding his and son Hunter Biden's multiple misdeeds under control. And this is how Biden is enacting the Orwellian mystery of truth. A lot to go there to unpack. So let's jump into what is really going on here. So, what is everybody trying to say about this ministry of truth? Basically, the government is on the prowl. Okay. They know that now a millionaire has just purchased Twitter. They know this billionaire is the champion of the people. And they scared that this man with this type of power is going to ensure that everything that comes on that platform as the public square be shared and allowed. So what they're going to do, they're going to try to do everything they can to try to penalize anyone that shares this sensitive information. So I wouldn't be surprised if they try to put some type of stranglehold on Elon Musk about this, or start trying to force his hand to man people. It's no telling what they got up their sleeve. Now, I'm telling you now, the other social media platforms, Instagram, uh, Facebook, TikTok, you already know they're going to be heavily regulated, along with YouTube, with this ministry of truth. It's going to be right back to when it was with the sweet and sour sniffles. If you say anything about it that they don't like, they're shutting stuff down. They're banning you for life. So I already see that's coming. But at the end of the day, you can't hide the truth. It's going to come out regardless. And people are going to get sick of the government trying to make sure that we don't hear the other side. So if I was them, why should you worry about the other side anyway? If you know your facts are facts, right? You know that you're strong in what you are saying and what you believe in, then why would you have to have all this information board? You just go state your facts, prove it on paper, and keep it moving. I know why. Because you know good and blame well the stuff that you're saying isn't true, and you know that people have figured out the gig is up. And not to mention, you know you're going to take a bunch of L's in midterms. We have had Democratic leaders either retire, they either switch parties, or they're just not even going to run again because of redistricting purposes, or they just don't want to, because they're tired of the whole dog and pony show. And you can't rely on your radical left candidates, because that's what has pushed you guys to the level you are now, where nobody believes you or have any respect for your party. So the smart thing to do, guys, is to let nature take its course. But we know you won't let y'all selves do that, because doing that would have to mean that you would have to actually admit that we as conservatives are right, and you guys been sitting here with your pennies in a wad and your brain in la la land the whole time. But hey, what do we know, right? Listen, get in the comment section. Tell me what you think about the Orwellians Ministry of Truth, aka the disinformation board. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm out of here.